Good job.
So there have been more sightings of the gray wolf in California over the past few years. Many people are happy about this because it's California. They think it's California going back to its naturalistic state. Some people are scared because they think the big bad wolf is going to come blow their house down or eat their little dog. There are many people there are other people that believe that it's not a good idea to have the wolf reintroduced into California at this time for many reasons. Me being an outdoorsman and currently a natural resource major, I would like to explain why it's not a good idea to allow the wolf back in California. And I have no bias against the wolf. I like the wolf. It's actually one of my favorite predators for its strength and determination. I would like to start off with what happened to the native species of wolf. In the 1800s and the early 1900s, the wolf was deemed evil along with most other predators. It was considered an open season on the predator, and due to their evil, fairy tale stories and movies labeled the wolf. So mankind decided to try and save the world, and actually they messed it up pretty good and almost beyond repair. Nature used to be able to be self-sustained. It would be able to sustain itself. Every organism and animal had its purpose, served purpose. A simple view of this would be prey would control overvegetation and predators would control overpopulation. That being said, let's take a look at what happened in Yellowstone National Park. So what happened in Yellowstone? This is a prime example of why humankind should not have tried to regulate how Mother Nature works. So the lack of predators allowed the overpopulation of all the species that were preyed upon. In turn, the vast spread of diseases spread, and the overpopulated park became trampled upon. It rid it of its vegetation, so the lack of vegetation straightened out the streams, which made them flow faster, and started to take the land with it downstream. Water levels dropped due to the velocity, which eliminated most of the native fish, which were unable to control the insects. Too many insects did their part by helping spread the diseases. This all happened over a long period of time until we intervened, but again, but on a more positive note. In 1995, we reintroduced 30 of the non-native Canadian wolf species to Yellowstone. The wolves were able to thin the herds, which eliminated most of the diseases, allowed the vegetation to grow, and curved the streams, which raised water levels, and brought the fish back to control the insects. It was a great success story for how mankind was able to assist with the restoration of Yellowstone's riparian ecosystem. Well, with the high population of predators in a relatively small zone, they began to fan out to go where the food is. Well, some of those wolves and their offspring made it to California. OR7 is a gray wolf we've been tracking since 2011. Since OR7 has wandered thousands of miles and is currently back and forth in between northeastern California, southeast Oregon, and northwest Nevada. As we know, wolves normally are never alone, which was confirmed when we started seeing trail cam footage of pups and what looked to be a mother. So this leads to the question, should we allow gray wolves to reside in California? So should we? What are the basic needs of any predator? These needs need to be habitat. Do we have that? Yeah, we have that. I'm not exactly sure how many wolves we would have habitat for without impeding on our existing wildlife. Which leads to another question. What happens if the packs become too big and out of control? What would we need to do then, rather than solving a small problem now with the only few that we have here without eliminating them? The next big question is, do we have the food to support them as a predator as aggressive as a wolf? That answer would be no, and let me tell you why. Our deer herds have been in rapid decline since the early 1990s. Our herds are sick and they are fairly consolidated. The numbers wouldn't last long with another aggressive predator. What about our elk? For those of you who don't know, we still have elk in California. Elk used to be all over California, but now elk have too suffered from consolidation and diseases. Does anyone know where they can pretty much guarantee an elk sighting in California? Not counting the zoo.
Elk Grove?
Elk Creek.
Around there.
Nice.
Really, the only area you can really see an elk or an amount of elk is going to be the northwestern area of California. The image on the right was a survey done in the 90s. I don't even think we have truly elk in California anymore. I'm not sure. So what happened to our big game? Now this is a small tangent, somewhat related to my presentation, but well, humans are at it again. First, mass clear cuts, and if you look at our forest from an aerial view, it looks like they have chicken pox. An alternative to this would be thinning, which makes our forest a lot healthier. Urbanization, it starts off as good old country living, and then someone wants to have a taste of that, so they want to go in the country, and when they start living there, they're not willing to live 5 minutes away from Walmart, so it turns into the suburbs, and then the commercial follows through, which in turn it makes a city of its own or part of the city that it was with. Human populations run off wildlife populations. Due to this, we have consolidated our herds, which, as I said before, puts a rise on diseases, and predators know exactly where to go. It also causes more human interaction, like vehicle collisions. The bottom line is the presence of an aggressive predator will eliminate what's left of our elk herds. So deer herds, or elk herds and deer herds as well. So what do we do? Right now, not much. The population of wolves is not significant. Right now, people that keep an eye on our wildlife and understand the population numbers know that time will come when action is necessary. It will come a time where there'll be maybe a vote with a reasonable solution as maybe relocation. But if something isn't done in a reasonable amount of time, it may lead to another open season on the wolf. Thank you for listening.